everyone, it's Cirque, and today we're going to be unboxing the Golden Memories edition of Rune Factory 3 Special. I was looking through my video games, and although I have every other handheld version of Rune Factory that has been released, I have the original versions of Rune Factory 1 and 2 on the DS, and as I have shown you in the past, I also have Rune Factories 4 and 5 for the Nintendo Switch, but I never ended up getting Rune Factory 3 for the 3DS, so I'm very excited that they re-released it on Switch with a couple of extra little fun features. But before we get into the box itself, I have another fun gift that I got for pre-ordering. Ta-da! It's a golden woolly, and I believe this is supposed to be the woolly that the protagonist, Micah, can change into. So I'm just going to take that out of the bag quick and give you a special look. He's so cute. He has cute little blue eyes and some little blushy marks. And he's wearing a green hat with some leaves on top. And he's a keychain, so I can attach him to the other woolly I got with my Rune Factory 5 collector's box. So I'm very excited about that. I love him so much. He definitely puts a smile on my face just looking at him. But getting into the game itself. So this time our game is right on top. So let's open that up, and I'm going to pause quick because I forgot to take the plastic off when I was preparing for the video. So if the camera changes a little bit, I might have had to reposition it. So on the cover of the game, we of course have Micah in both his humanoid and his woolly form. And we have the main love interest, whose name I have forgotten, but I'm going to look around quick. No, it's not written down, but she's very cute. I'm sure she has a very adorable name that I'll probably put on screen somewhere around here since I don't want to pause again to look for it. But she has some nice orange hair, and she's wearing some a flower headband, and it looks kind of like a veil, though I'm pretty sure that's not her wedding outfit. I'm pretty sure that's her everyday outfit, but she's very cute. And then we have a beast person over here as well. I remember when this game first came out, my best friend and I were very interested in what the beast people were going to be like, and you can see by her horn that she's not a normal human, which is the biggest indicator that she's a beast person. And then on the back we have some more of our love interests. Some of them I can remember very clearly, while others my memory's a bit foggy. I want to say her name is Persea, but I could be remembering a different character. And I also remember, well, I don't remember her name. I remember that this kind of more classically Asian-inspired character was very fun. And then right next to her is the character that comes from the rich family, whose name I forget, but I know that there's at least one member of that family in every, let's take a quick drink. There's at least one member of that family in pretty much every Rune Factory game. So she's cute. Hopefully she's not quite as snobby as some of her relatives that I'm more familiar with. Ooh, and inside we have Shara's special Sharon's Sightseeing Stroll, which is our little guide for the game. Okay, so if I would have just opened the game, I would have seen that her name is Shara. And it says, "Welcome to Sharon's. My name is Shara. We're always happy to welcome a new face in town, so I put together this tour to get you acquainted with your little home away from home and the people who live here. Before we get started, there's one thing I should let you know. Once you see everything Sharon's has to offer, you may never want to leave. Did you know Sharon's takes its name from the Sharon's tree that watches over the town. I think it's a great name myself, if you couldn't already guess. So that's very adorable. The main love interest is always a very cute, kind of bubbly, airheaded girl, which is always very fun to interact with. And then we have a map of the town. And we have some little comments from some of the characters here and there. Oh, alright. I was misremembering the pink-haired girl's name. Her name's Pia. Persea is a different character in a different game, I believe. Unless they changed her name and I'm completely wrong. But I'm pretty sure I just remember her name wrong. And then there's Sakuyu, and she knows, I'm assuming, Sakuyu's mother, or maybe older sister. And then we have Colette, Rusk, and Blaze. And they own the diner, it seems. Karina and Hazel, who own the general store. And then Shara's family is Wells and Monica, who own the flower shop. Ooh, Raven is definitely a character that's interesting to me. She seems kind of mysterious, and she lives with Gaius at the blacksmith. And then the Witch's Cauldron is also another place that I'm going to be interested in visiting with Marion and Marjorie. In the first Rune Factory and Rune Factory Frontier, Melody was my favorite character, so I have an affinity towards the witch characters. Whenever there's a witch character I like, that I always seem to gravitate towards that character, whether I end up marrying that character or not. And then there's the Sherman Manor with Sophia, Sherman, and Evelyn. And yes, they are members of the Descent Coquille family, which I remember the Coquille part vaguely, but the rest of the name kind of slipped my mind. It's a very complicated name, so since I'm not constantly playing the games, I just play them when they come out, and then go back to other games until a new one comes out, or in this case, a re-release of the old ones. I hope you'll excuse me that I sometimes forget some of the little details. And then we also have some pictures of outside Sharon's. Ooh, some of the beast people. Zaid, Honduras, and Karuna. Ooh, we have some guide for the festivals, and the farming and crafting, and all kinds of other fun things about the game. And I've said it in past games, I love that they're starting to make the game guides in character, in universe things to make them a little more fun. Because while I am a fan of games that come with game guides, so that I don't have to constantly be looking things up if I forget or don't remember something, they can get a little stale after a while. So having them be in character guides as well as game guides does make them a little more fun and less likely that they'll get lost. But underneath the game guide, there is some beautiful artwork of Sharon's. And I'll give you a closer look at the game because it's adorable. Micah's little woolly form is on the game card, which just makes me so happy. I know I'm going to be having Micah turn into his woolly form as often as I'm able to, because I just think it's so cute. That was a very exciting feature when it was released the first time for me and my friends, and it's a feature I'm very excited for again now, getting to play it for myself finally, after hearing my friend talk about it when it first came out, but never getting the chance to play it myself. But underneath the game, we have a original soundtrack that I remember to take the plastic off the same time that I took the plastic off the game. But we have some nice artwork on the front and the back. It looks like it is a foresty scene with a little wood shed. And inside there is the song list on a background of some clouds. And then the CD itself has, it seems like, an overhead view of the forest that was on the cover. And I'm very excited for this because I love the Rune Factory soundtracks. They always have very nice, fun songs, very relaxing music, and very exciting music for the fight, for when you're battling. And I know some people have moved to more digital music, but I'm always going to have a place in my heart for physical CDs. So getting to collect these with my favorite game series is just so exciting to me. But even though that looks like it's all, that's not. There's just some cardboard because we have some larger gifts underneath. So our next gift is a Rune Factory 3 special planner. It has an elastic to keep it closed and a little loop to keep a pen or pencil in. And then the cover is a nice teal color. And then we have chibis of some of the characters. We have Maize and his, or not Maize, I keep wanting to call him Maize. Micah in his 2 forms, and then all of our beautiful bachelorettes that we get to interact with. And then let's open it up and see what the inside looks like. Oh, okay, that's fun. So it looks like we have a planner for the in-character months and seasons that go past, to remind us when the festivals are and when people's birthdays are, and to, I guess, let us have a little journal of the first year in the game while we're getting set up. And then after that, we also have a real life planner, and it looks like a perpetual planner. I believe yes, a perpetual 1-year planner. So rather than starting with either January or July, I believe is the middle of the year, correct? So rather than starting with a specific month and having to adjust if you don't start right when it's supposed to, they have it so that you can fill in the months yourself, so you can start and end the planner whenever you want, which is always useful. And starting off, it's mostly Maize on the bottom, but as we go further in, it looks like they start putting in some of the other bachelorettes. So that's fun. That's very useful. I'll probably use this starting the beginning of next year because I'm using a planner already, but maybe I'll start using it whenever I start playing the game, just because it'll be very useful being able to keep track of my real life and then being able to flip to the beginning and take a look at what's going on in game. So I like that. Even if I don't end up using it, I'm definitely going to enjoy flipping through it once in a while just to look at the artwork. And then at the bottom of the box, I'm having a little bit of trouble getting it out. We have a diorama, which if you've watched any other videos on this channel, you know this is very exciting for me because it is an acrylic standee of some of the Rune Factory characters. So let's open that up and take a better look at it. Oh, alright, and our little friends are loose, so let's start with the big pieces and work down to the smaller ones. So our main background, I believe, is Sharon's, and it's a solid piece, and it's very clear, very sturdy. Definitely a perfect background for our diorama. And I'm hoping that this is clicking in the front and not the back. See if I can get it started. Okay, I believe that's the right side. And then we have some of the protagonists here. We have I can remember their names early. Alice and Aries from Rune Factory 5. So, I know I shouldn't have had to pause that long, but for some reason I doubted myself when I started speaking and the background fell over. I started doubting myself when I began to speak, wanting to say they were from Ocean for some reason, but of course they're not. They're from Rune Factory 5, and I should know that. It is the Rune Factory game that I've played most recently, so I see Alice every day in the game, and the background is not cooperating. Every time I try to adjust the background, one of our little friends falls off, so I'm just gonna put it there like that. And then we have Micah in his humanoid and woolly forms again. And let's see if we can get him to go in there nicely. That's nice. Please stay in, please. And then I believe these ones may be the protagonists from Ocean, but don't quote me on that, because Ocean is the one game that, or Ocean or Tied to Destiny, one of those two, that is the one game that I don't know anything about. Like, I don't think any of my friends played it. They played all the handheld games, but I think I was the main one in my friend group that had the console games for the Wii. So I had Frontier, but I never played Tides of Destiny, so I'm gonna guess that these are the Tides of Destiny protagonists, and if they're not, I apologize. I just don't recognize them just looking at them. But again, that's another detail I will have on the bottom of the screen to say whether I was correct or not, since even when I guess like that and it's clear that I have no way of knowing, I like to make sure that it's clear what the truth is. And then of course we have the Rune Factory logo here that has two little things to click in. And the more I look at this, the more I'm noticing, I think this is made to be rearranged however you want. So I have it arranged the way that I think I'm probably going to keep it, but maybe not, because some of the characters do kind of look like they're blocking one another. So I might rearrange this. I'll have to look at the way that it's displayed either online or in promotional materials to see if there's like an intended way to arrange them. Okay, that's a little better. I think you can see everyone that way. So assuming that nothing happens that knocks them all out of whack, I believe this is probably the way I'm going to keep it. And then I'll just hold the background on to give you a quick look. I just love these 3D dioramas where you get to arrange the characters in rows, and even though they're flat characters, it does kind of give a nice effect when you move it back and forth. So that's fun. And once I can get everyone to stand properly and for the background to stay on, I will display that with the rest of my acrylic standees. And let's just take a look at the back. Alright, looks like I got close with what was supposed to be, the way that the diorama was supposed to be arranged. But before we finish off, I just wanted to give a little bit of a background for at least one of the fun features of Rune Factory 3 Special. I actually wasn't aware of this when I ordered it. I only found out when I was looking at the box, kind of preparing for this video, trying to see if there's any major things I had to look up, but obviously I didn't catch everything. There were a few things that I should have looked up probably and didn't. But apparently this game comes with DLC already downloaded onto it that allows the characters to be in their swimsuits all year round, which is kind of a silly feature. I mean, some people might enjoy it because Obviously, the swimsuits are going to show a little more skin, so they might find the swimsuit sprites a little more sexy than the regular sprites. It's not a feature I will probably use, just because although the swimsuits are very cute, I feel like it might break immersion to see my girlfriends running around town in their swimsuits in the middle of the winter. But it is a fun feature, so maybe I'll turn it on once in a while just for fun. But that'll be very fun. I can't wait to get the game on my Switch and get started playing it. But that brings us to the end of another unboxing video. I hope that you enjoyed and that today is a great day for you. I hope that you find some fun games to play, whatever your interests might be. And I hope that I get to see you again soon.